Welcome back to Viva Betty.
How have you been?
Fine. But guess
good.
what? I'm really excited about today. Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm excited about Vanessa.
The icon?
Mother effing Williams.
The goddess?
That we somehow managed to get all the way from London.
Down?
We did promise you last week that you were going to have an extended interview.
You're
getting
the
it.
tea.
You're getting it right now.
We're talking wigs.
Oh, God.
We're talking drama.
The Devil Wears Prada.
I don't even want to know. Are you ready?
I don't know. Roll the clip.
Get into it. Did you have any sort of vibe on Wilhelmina and what it would mean to be sort of, so as a Black woman, like playing the lead of not only of a network show, but also as sort of like this iconic, and she wasn't at the point, I mean, you made her such, but like just to be this editor of this big fashion magazine, was there any sort of, like, what did you feel when you were like, oh, I know this character, or did you know this character?
Well, Silvio, who was our creator,
that's right.
He saw me, he loved me, and A Diva's Christmas Carol, where I play,
iconic.
Yeah, and so she's throwing fits, and he knew that I could do the diva part of it. So that's why, as I get her, I want her, she'll nail it. And again, this is a pilot.
That's right.
A pilot that nobody had, there was no prototype or what. It wasn't ER. It was just a whole new genre that
it didn't seem like anyone particularly liked it or wanted it to
nobody
be successful either.
Yeah.
It kind of gave us the freedom, like, this is fun. Wow, this would be cool, but
Right.
And then when we got picked up that May, I was like, okay, let's get it on. It was always like, what's the next step? Let's see if we can get it on. It's a Friday night. Let's see if we can get it on. And then when we were at the TCAs, the Television Critics Association, and we had to do that panel.
That's right.
And doing interviews, and all the writers were like, this is the best thing that ABC has. I hope you know that. And we were slotted for like Friday night, kind of not a throwaway, but
kind of a throwaway.
Not.
Yeah.
And we had in front of Grey's Anatomy. I mean, we blew up because they valued what we created in the pilot.
When Ugly Betty hit your desk, were you sort of like, I want to do this. Like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bring.
Yeah. What about her? Like,
Wilhelmina. Like, how did you sort of approach it?
Honestly, I never know what I'm going to do. That's when the first day on set, you don't know what. I mean, you can think like, I'll try to do my best, but you're kind of figuring out, I've got an approach, and let's see whether it works. So it wasn't a calculated thing. I mean, I think
amazing.
Which is
I was in bed, I think, with the
Frenchie. Your first scene.
Yes.
With Frenchie.
Exactly.
Hot, by the way, so hot.
Like, boobs out, hair is out, tousled and stuff. I was like, okay, this is a fun day at work.
When Terry told us that was your first scene, I was completely blown away because I had no idea. America's first scene was the photo shoot where she's in the latex. And your first scene was you're in bed with Frenchie. By the way, so fucking hot.
I mean,
the two of you together was sickening.
Excuse me. By the way, and I, the annoying bit about this too is that all of you guys look exactly the same, and
why?
I'm the only one that looks different.
Well,
so the reboot's going to look great. Am I getting recasted? We could go back to 2010, according to the ways in which you all look. But we also do. We're obviously talking about fashion.
We go down on the fashion. So season 1 is a little weird for all of us.
Sure. Right. It was an adjustment, but I want to just talk about the pilot because one of my favorite looks that has ever been on, like, as far as I've seen or that I can remember is your Versace suit the first time that we meet her.
Do you remember
the white with the gold kind of bell necklace, like that I think it was Versace.
Yeah, I think it was Versace.
And
if it's Pat Field, it was, yeah.
Okay.
In the pilot. And I was just so I mean, I was taken by it for a myriad of reasons, but also because it was gay.
You're
probably
gay.
Because of gay.
You're gay.
Probably the gay stuff. Right, that part. We didn't figure that out yet. We're not there yet.
We
That's
did.
season
you
3.
Hadn't. We had all figured it out.
But I feel like it was because when I met, because I think that for some reason there was an overlap or something, or maybe she wore it in in one of the photos or something. I just remember seeing you in it in person and being like,
icon.
That's a really beautiful woman standing in front
Lynn
of me.
had to tell you when you walked into the table read, Lynn was like, "That's Vanessa Williams."
And I was like, "Who?"
Was gagged. Lynn was absolutely gagged meeting you for the first time.
You remember Elmo in Grouchland? That's he's the queen of trash. Nowadays, all these kids are like, aren't you in Hannah Montana? I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing what people
pull from.
But
are you getting any sort of? Are you getting any sort of? Ugly Betty love now because they were is that a thing that is recurring for you?
It's so worldwide, and I get a chance at the stage or every night to we love you. Where are you from? Asia, Taiwan, Singapore, China, Japan, Korea, always. Poland, Croatia, Montenegro, France, of course, Spain. I mean, Brazil, Australia. It's been incredible, the reach that we have in our, and now that it's on Netflix,
forget it.
Even generation.
Yes. And that was kind of the impetus for the reason why we even started doing this and this rewatch is because of the Netflix kind of thing, where it was just oh, wow, you guys like this TV show from a long time ago. But I really feel strongly about the character of Wilhelmina Slater being a powerful Black woman in power, because I think that part of the cultural aspect of this podcast is talking about things that are extremely topical today.
Well, what we did
cultural
first
conversations
before it was de rigueur. Now everybody, we sort of broke a lot of, and I should say you broke a lot of, I mean, we as a family did in the terms of sort of the immigration conversation, the healthcare conversation, what it was to be sort of, a young brown woman in the workplace, but you were sort of a Black woman in position of power, and sort of your character spoke to sort of all of that, because you had to sort of battle Bradford, and you had to battle sort of nepotism and, the rightful place of sort of the woman that you were being constantly sort of passed over because
and stood alone as a woman of color in that space,
and was still such a boss
and bossed it up. And so I don't know. I guess I suppose the question is, did that mean anything to you at the time, or looking back at it, what does it mean to you now?
Well, I luckily had examples to model myself. Susan Taylor, who ran Essence magazine for years, was a great shero. She had ran it for years. She was smart and creative, and she was the epitome of Black female excellence as an editor. So that was kind of, and also Andre Leon Talley in terms of style and just knowledge. There were examples, so it wasn't never been seen before.
It hadn't been seen on network TV though before,
right? That's the context in which we're asking too. Yeah. It's not that they didn't exist; it was just for people that had never seen or been in those spaces.
I remember
before.
Talking to Diane Carroll, who played Julia back in the '60s,
icon,
and she was a Black nurse. Had a
Dominique Devereaux on Dynasty. Yep. Pardon me.
Yeah. Exactly. But in the 60s, she single-handedly integrated the union, because she was like, I'm a Black woman. I need my hairdresser to do my hair. And that insisting and getting her way, she made sure that she got her Black hairdresser on set to do her, and she integrated the union in just one decision. And so that power move, seeing those women just change the game constantly, was easy for me to kind of make it a reality. It wasn't, it wasn't far-fetched.
Speaking of which, so we've had a lot of hair conversations. Have you watched season 1? Have you watched Ugly Betty, like season 1 recently or in any?
Not recently, but yeah, I've watched it, and I mean, there's some things that I don't even remember.
Me
like
too.
When did we do that? What was I saying?
What was hilarious to me too, and we talk about this with Terry all the time, is when we first started out, they gave us because to your point, they just thought oh, it's a brown girl as a lead. This is not going anywhere. And we had $4 to make, we made $1 out of 15 cents. And I had literally plastic hair ponytails stuck on the side of my head. I looked completely insane. And but then as the show goes on, it gets a lot better. But Betty's wig was a complete insane nightmare. And all of us looked so great. We looked amazing, but it was so crazy to sort of see that evolution of when they hated us and didn't care about us until then we got nominated, and all of a sudden we all looked
everyone looked amazing.
We were all in. I was
Remember,
in Cavalli.
We had no breakfast. We didn't get a catered breakfast until we got the nomination. I mean, it was come on now.
But but I suppose that what I'm saying is watching it for the first time, I'm like, what's going on with everyone's hair?
Well, that was another thing. So I don't remember our Friday nights and the hair makeup trailer.
Yes, girl.
It was someone's walking off the plane and
we called it Survivor Trailer because when I tell you, it would be a new fucking team literally every month because we were all we look like lunatics. Look, it was.
But you know what?
Great.
In speaking of beauty, I need to talk about Michael Urie and Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, we do.
And Marc and Wilhelmina. Because they're and correct me if I'm wrong, D, but you the character of Marc was not meant to only be Urie the entire time. And that when as soon as it hit and your chemistry kind of hit in the way that it did, which seemed automatic, which I think that the two of you have spoken about myriad times, that you were oh no, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, how did that go down exactly?
Well, in theory, Wilhelmina was supposed to fire somebody every episode. So they would be an assistant and they get fired and you have somebody new. So we were doing the pilot and we did the scene in my white leather chaise lounge and asking for a Botox.
Yes.
And Michael comes in with a needle and he's like, "Oh my God, is there a way that if I give you and I have some little left over, I do one of my eyebrows and leave the other eyebrow up." So he was already he was scheming of wouldn't it be hilarious? And that's genius. And then I found out that he went to Juilliard, this guy's brilliant. And we just had immediate chemistry. And obviously I respected his, Juilliard is amazing.
Right.
And
his art, his
art, his education. But also his let's go for it. And that's what, again, our cast, we were always let's try this. Let's bounce this off each other and work. And then so that was hilarious. Oh my God, he's really funny. And then when I walk into the big conference scene and he's following me and I sit down and slink into my chair and I see out of my peripheral vision, he slinks down the exact same way, exact same tempo. I'm okay, this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I called out he was calling you for Marc. And he was So all that stuff came in the pilot.
I can't even tell you how much I say to Mark on a daily. I'm hilariously upset, Mark.
Yes.
I'm hilariously upset, Mark.
I was literally about to bring that up. I feel like, we talk so much about those. We talk so much though about like those one-liners and just kind of those buttons and stuff. And I think that in the Halloween episode, when Mark dresses up as Betty and Wilhelmina walks in and she's like, Mark, what did she say?
She said, never, something to the effect of like, I've never seen anything so cruel. Someone's getting a raise.
And I was gagged because it's also it just reminded me so much too. Like watching the show too reminds me of how much fun we had making the show.
Yeah.
As someone that has never seen it like on screen before, but was there is something that just is so like palpable about watching it being like, oh, these people are having a good time.
Because it was all happening in the moment. But the chemistry that you had with Mark, you also surprisingly had that with America. I mean, we just watched Trust, Lust, and Must.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have a bunch of scenes. This is when Salma first comes in and Betty tells you that she's having the trouble with Ignacio and how she needs money. And you have the scene where you like offer her the $20,000 and you're giving her this and no strings attached, but there was such chemistry between you and America that was natural and amazing as well. Like you just, whatever scene partner you were given. And I think that holds true for any, but we're talking to you. So, but I think, it was just so incredible to watch, like you sort of go to that vulnerable space. Because this is also where Nico was sort of like Nico 1, as Mark likes to call her.
Oh, yeah, I call her Nico 1.
Nico 1.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, I was like, who's that?
Mark is such a bitch. So Nico 1, look,
excuse your mouth.
20 years later, we can talk about it. We can be real. When Nico 1, but you have, that's the thing is like you had that chemistry also because you bully America, but you're also really Betty, I should say, not America, but like, because you had that chemistry with her as well. And it was just so incredible to watch. What did that feel like on set?
I think, yes, we are and we're all talented, but it was almost like doing a play. Where you're at a stage and you're really free. That's what I love doing theater, because you've got the whole stage to make it different and make it new every night. Every performance tweaked because you're in charge of your own. And there was a freedom that we had when we shot Ugly Betty, even though we had guest directors, we still had the freedom to kind of make it our own.
That's right.
And have our own relationships. And so it wasn't a film and people were like, do it again, try to like that. And so there was a freedom that we had that I think made it all so genuine and like almost improv, even though we had scripted words. So the trust that we had back and forth and the respect made us a different unit. It was almost like a show. I mean, like doing a theater production every week. Like, what are we doing this week? And so that really, I think that those dynamics gives you the ease and trust to trust your other partner.
Yeah. And that kept kept the energy up too.
Yeah, we've all had theater backgrounds. So
that's true. We all did.
We all did.
I also forget about that. I mean, most of us were sort of New York theater actors. And so what was, I mean, this is a broad question, so you might have more than one, but like give us whatever you think of off the top of your head. What was your favorite Ugly Betty sort of memory? I know it's
the one I crack up on most of the time is when I'm on the rooftop with the baseball bat, smashing the mannequins. Victor Nelly, our director, and smashing them and getting, and then Michael's got the gong and he's shaking the thunder sound. It's like, I mean, it's so camp. It's like, could not be any more camp. And it's just like, it's crazy.
It's totally.
And how do you navigate? Sorry, V, continue. No. I want to know how you navigate camp with just keeping like your feet firmly planted on the ground as the character, though, because I think that there are so many heightened camp moments, but like that are also extremely grounded in reality, like just as a performer.
Even just the episode that we watched where you're talking to Nico and Nico 1, and you're having the sort of, you had so many sort of like really grounded moments, but it was still like you're still like naked under a fur coat, and you know what I mean, and sort of like you don't have grit, you need grit to get through this life,
right? How do you like navigate like the real with the absurd, I suppose?
Well, I mean, I do think it's on the page. Again, all of our writers have gone on to have their own shows and do tremendously well. So
that's right.
Executive producers, I know Terry's over there. You curated the best writers of the time. So it was all on the page and we could have fun and again, freedom. Like we didn't have like the writer saying, oh, you said it wrong, do it again.
That's right.
We had, oh, this works better for me. Can I, trim this down or eliminate, or can I add this? And that also helped for me make my performance and Wilhelmina clearer. Like Mark became like, that was my signature thing that I came up with, and those kind of little nuggets of like, oh, this will be fun. And then that works and the writers write it in and it becomes consistent. And then all of a sudden you've got a character that people recognize and love. And you've got your kind of pattern.
And they write to it. I've always said that. I think like that was something that we were so lucky to have, because I think the more the writers got to know us, the more they wrote to us. And so to your point, it wasn't even really navigating between camp and reality. It was like they were really writing to our strengths. And again, to your point, we were, not to toot our own horn, but I'm going to do it. We did have the capability of having that sort of comedy and drama and all of that within the same moment. I think, Becky Newton is in this last episode that we just watched. She's such a clear indicator of that, where she's sort of navigating this relationship with Daniel, where he's treating her like garbage and she's trying to act like it's cool. But then the camera pans to her after he sort of blows her off and you see her dejected face. And she was just so brilliant in these moments.
And we had that with V, with her father, with the senator.
Yeah, of like just seeing you just sort of, trying to put this face on of being, the good daughter, and then he, is the way he is, and that sort of one look to the camera, you just don't need much. And that's, just again, like a testament to these.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that that's incredible, because I just think that like, it's hard to make someone human if you can't see a human on the page. Right. Yeah. Like, like if someone is just this kind of bombastic camp character, it's kind of, at least for me, hard to locate like the humanity in them. And so I think that,
Do you think any of us sort of knew in the moment? I mean, because looking back, like I said, we were talking to Tony about how we were talking about immigration and the HMO and all the things, and like we were talking about like sort of what we would leave in that time, like what we did that was sort of like we should probably leave that there, or and the stuff that like that can carry through. And most of, I think, so far we've been like, keep it.
Yeah, so
even Fat Carol. We're like, keep Fat Carol.
Yeah, keep Fat Carol. What do you mean? No, Fat Carol's one of my favorites. We're keeping Fat Carol.
Fat Carol. But we're leaving the bulimia.
Just some like jokes. Yeah, like let's leave like eating disorders.
Leaving the Fat Carol throwing up in the bathroom.
Yeah, but like keep the fact that they call her Fat Carol. Not that she's a bulimic, but I just feel like.
But do you think that we knew? I mean, I don't know, because we talk about this all the. Did you know at the time we were sort of embarking on this, cultural moment that is still relevant today?
Talk about Rebecca being trans,
right?
I mean, that's like almost 20 years ago.
Correct.
We introduced that character, season 1, boom, and making people like accept it. This is
what it is.
You a trans character, and you're gonna love her, and you're gonna see her every week. We can't say tranny anymore.
No, we did say tranny, didn't we?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's something that we're talking about leaving.
No, right. Tranny will probably leave, right? But also, could we cast Rebecca as a trans actress now? Probably not. Probably not. But 20 years ago, they probably wouldn't have cast a trans actor, or were there even trans actors?
Well, I don't know that they would have had their foot in the door. I would assume that they wouldn't have. And
we were so lucky to have Rebecca, and I can't wait to have her on.
I mean, the most beautiful woman in the world. So yeah, yes.
So when you think about Betty, like that sort of time in your life, do you think it sort of informed you moving forward, or have we is there sort of a thing where that was for me, obviously it started everything. I was bartending when I got Betty, and Mark was 6 years old.
I was 11.
He was a fetus. Not even, Mark, all of us were just sort of, fledgling at this point. You were still have always been iconic since forever. So do you feel like Betty was a sort of a flashpoint for you?
Betty was an example of just surrendering, and because again, I kept pushing it away. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do any pilots. It came to me. All right, well, we'll see whether it gets picked up. It gets picked up. Then they say, well, we're moving it to California. I said, no. You told me that I've got 4 kids, 4 different schools in New York. You told me it's a New York show. That's why I accepted it. I'm not doing it. Pushed it away again. Okay, how can we make a deal? Well, okay, I'm flying home every weekend to see my kids because I have one in college, one in high school, one in middle school, and one in Montessori. So I ended up first year, flying back and forth every weekend, missed some of the parties.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But it just embraced, okay, this is what's meant to be. And my kids gave me the freedom, Mom, you're great. Do it.
They did.
And also great memories of Sasha moving her out.
Yeah.
Putting her out there, her riding her scooter around.
That's right.
Yes.
Around Raleigh. That's so funny. Yeah. As a mom now, I didn't even have that on my radar that's what you were going through. And to that point, I have to say, Vanessa, I don't know if you'll even remember this, but season 2, I was pregnant. I was pregnant. I hadn't told anybody. I literally had told no person on the planet except Noah. He was the only person who knew. And you and I, we were at Silver Cup, and this is so crazy. We
Must
were
have been
walking.
Season 3 then.
No.
Season 2, we were still in LA.
Oh, you're right. Season 3. Sorry, my bad. Silver Cup. And it was first shot of the day. We were both groggy, sleep in our eyes. And we meet in the hallway. And you look at me and you were like, oh, I swear to God. And you were like, oh, how are you feeling? And I was like, I feel fine. You were like, well, good. Congratulations. And I was like, what? And I was like, wait, what? And I was
not a witch.
No, for real. I don't even know if you remember this. And you were like, congratulations. And I was like, bitch, what? I haven't literally told a single soul. And I don't know how you fucking knew. But you were like, awesome. So glad. Congratulations. And I was like, bitch, I'm fucking pregnant. I hadn't even told America. And you just looked at me and knew, for real witch vibes. And also, for everybody out there, she threw me my baby shower.
Yep.
Like, you were just
she hosted America's wedding at her house.
At her house. Like, you are a magic fairy of like blessings.
But that's
life.
just on but again, that's on family, you know.
I swear to God, you also told me, because Paloma, my daughter, when she was born, and she was so like perfect and amazing, and I was freaking out, and I was just really nervous, and we were working 22 hours a day, and I was on set. It was a nightmare, and I was like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna ruin her. This is not good. And you were like, she's such a perfect baby. She's so wonderful. And who they are when they're born is who they're going to be. And God damn it, Vanessa, if you aren't right, that girl is so amazing. And I think about those words I think about those words, Vanessa, so much. I cannot even tell you. And I still, to this day, quote you to all the new moms I know.
Wow.
Forever and ever and ever, amen, because you were 100% right.
But I think that there's also this element that I think that is a through line with all of our guests that we're having on, that were either actors on the show or just players on the show. I think that you are just such an incredibly generous just person,
human.
But also man, like, we're so lucky. Like, I just feel like, and as someone that as you described, was pushing away this experience, to then surrender and go all in, and then be the most generous.
Well, we did have an incident right after we got our Golden Globe nomination, and we had to remind one of our castmates, me and America, how lucky we all were to be in a show and not to wish that away. I'm not naming any names, but there was one particular actor who wished that he was in another show and never, like, I don't want to be here. I should have been doing this, whatever.
The other.
And, you know.
Yep. And now it's like, well, are we all like amazing? This is tea. This is the tea, and this is what we're here for.
Because I don't know who you're talking about, because I was too young. But I'm gonna when we sign off.
Trust and believe. I do. Vanessa Williams, I reserve the right to bring you back, please, on the pod for more of this, maybe for a reunion.
Yeah.
But we love you so much. We really look forward to reuniting on the reboot of the limited series for Ugly Betty.
Yeah. We are just so incredibly grateful that you took the time all the way in London. It is really just, God, family.
We love you
family
so
is cool.
Much. Family is cool.
Family's cool.
Yes, fam. And congratulations on your continued success. We're doing what we wanted.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are doing. Where can we find you on the socials?
I am Vanessa Williams Official on Instagram.
Official bitches.
Yeah. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
All the things.
Hitting it.
All the things.
And
if you are
Vida.
lucky enough to be in London town, go and see her wreaking havoc on the stage.
Yeah. I'll be doing it definitely into the next year. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Plenty
so then I'll be in Paris in
bitch, I'm going. I'm going then too. Okay, we will see you
there.
We'll
see you there.
And we'll bring Ashley. We'll bring
Jensen.
I love you so much. Thank you so very
Thank
much,
you so
Vanessa.
much,
you are an icon, a goddess, and just everything. Mwah.
Every
Love you
little
to
thing.
death.
Bye, V.
Ciao,
Thank
mama.
you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh,
well, you guys, lucky you. You've Vanessa Williams in the house. I mean, doesn't get more iconic or better than that.
Shipper at midnight.
It's midnight for her. And she just did 2 fucking shows.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big get.
And by the way, she looked better than both of us combined.
You're right.
I know.
And I hate that fact, because I'm 30. How old am I? 31.
Yeah, that bitch looks ridiculous.
And she is just a class
joy
act.
And light and sunshine.
Everyone that we have. How is it? How is it that we're that every single guest that we've had on, every single person involved in this show is a class
amazing.
Act?
How is it?
How have we had not one Hollywood asshole on?
Not one Hollywood asshole.
It's weird.
Well, you know what? If there is a Hollywood asshole,
I would like to bring one on. I'd like a change of pace. You know what I mean?
Bring on the asshole.
I don't know about all Love Fest. Maybe we should have a...
No, Mark.
What?
I think we're the Hollywood assholes.
Are we?
I think we're the Hollywood assholes.
Are we? We're not. No. We're not Hollywood. We're just assholes.
No, we're just that. Okay. So we're
Hollywood assholes.
Okay.
We don't have the power to be Hollywood assholes. We're just assholes.
Okay. Love you guys. Ask any questions you want. Send us all the emails.
Yeah. Send us the emails at Viva Betty Podcast on Instagram or email vivabettypod@gmail.com.
What you got?
We love you.
Love you so much.
We'll see ya.
Peace.
Bye.